Good day, everyone. I am Cyril Dampog, Associate Professor of University of Mindanao, Tagum College, Tagum City, Davao del Norte, Philippines. Today, I will be presenting my research on 5S Kaizen in the workplace, the University of Mindanao, Tagum Campus. For the background of the study, 5S involves the principle of waste elimination through workplace organization. 5S derived from the Japanese words siri, seton, seisu, siketsu, and shitsuke. In English, they can be roughly translated as sort, set, shine, standardize, and self-discipline from Asian Productivity Organization 2012. The implementation of 5S in University of Mindanao began in 2008. However, there was no data as to the progress of the 5S implementation. That is why the researcher is decided to conduct the study in order to determine the level of adoption and the outcome of 5S Kaizen practices to the University of Mindanao Tagum Campus employees. In addition, the researcher has not come across any study concerning 5S implementation in UM Tagum Campus as the setting. This study wanted to determine the adoption of 5S practices and to know the outcome of 5S practices among the employees of the University of Mindanao Tagum Campus. The study focused on the level of adoption and level of outcome of the 5S Kaizen practices at the University of Mindanao Tagum Campus. The respondents of the study were limited to faculty members and staff of the institution. The 5S techniques are fundamental tools which allow the increase of efficiency and productivity, ensuring the improvement of the organization from IMEX 2010. 5S is a system to reduce waste and optimize productivity through maintaining an orderly workplace by EPA 2000. Sorting through objects in the workplace is the first step. Sort through materials, keeping only the essential items needed to complete tasks by Strategos 2019. This action involves going through all the contents of a workplace to determine which are needed and which can be removed. Set in order means that there is a place for everything and everything must be in its place. Ensure that all items are organized and each item has a designated place. Organize all the items left in the workplace in a logical way so they make tasks easier for workers to complete by QTP 2008. Systematized cleaning provides a way to inspect by doing a clean sweep around a work area. Proactive efforts to keep workplace areas clean and orderly to ensure purpose-driven work. This means cleaning and maintaining the newly organized workspace. So it also involves routine tasks such as mopping, dusting, or performing maintenance on machinery, tools, and other equipment by SHIMS 2010. Work practices should be consistent and standardized. Create a set of standards for both organization and processes. In essence, this is where you take the first 3 S and make rules for how and when the tasks will be performed. Everyone should know exactly what is his or her responsibilities by Bikeno 2010. In self-discipline, it is a major factor that determines the success of your time management and personal effectiveness at work scheme. And also, a safe workplace is a benefit of a 5S system you should maximize this benefit into a larger safety plan to ensure the health and safety of your employees by ITMI 2009. A few factors that can help to improve the employee's productivity at the workplace are accountability, follow-up, and manage the workplace by Jones 2012. Generally, productivity is all about speed and accuracy by Clemens Chrome 2006. Disciplinary review and corrective action policies provide workplaces structure. They establish guidelines for employee performance and behavior and add an essential components to the overall management system by Sarikobam 2006. There is an old saying, you can take a horse to the water, but you cannot force it to drink. It will drink only if it's thirsty. So with people. They will do what they want to do or otherwise motivated to do by Axel 2012. In time management, play a vital role in achieving personal effectiveness at work. It loads to personal effectiveness. Mastering time management and personal effectiveness techniques gives us insights on how to maximize our existence on earth by Iglesia 2009. This study is anchored on Kaizen principles by Burke and Burke in 2003. The Kaizen management originated in the best Japanese management practices and is dedicated to improvement of productivity, efficiency, quality, and in general, of business excellence. Kaizen methods are internationally acknowledged as methods of continuous improvement. Kaizen is a solid strategic instrument which is used to achieve and overcome the company's objectives. In this slide, presented here is my simplified methodology how to determine the adoption and level of outcome of 5S Kaizen. So the research setting is in University of Mindanao, Tagum campus, and 100 respondents are employees grouped into teaching and non-teaching personnel. Standardized research instrument adopted from Rimando 2010 was administered. The research instrument components are presented here to determine the adoption of 5S practices are the following indicators: sort, set, systematize, standardize, self-discipline. Also to determine the level of outcome of 5S are the following indicators: safety, productivity, discipline, motivation, and time management. For the analysis of data, descriptive correlation and correlation were used. Presented here the data of respondents' profile as to age. The result shows that most of the respondents are of prime age, that is 31 to 40 years old. And as to sex, as revealed that female respondents outnumbered the male respondents, where 60% are female and 40% are male employees. As to civil status, data shows that 46% are single, 52% are married, and 2% are widowed. As to education, the most are college graduates and few respondents are earning master's degree. So as to years in service, it shows that majority of the employees served the university for less than 10 years. Employee category consists of teaching with 68% and non-teaching with 32%. The summary on level of adoption of 5S practices. Observe that the indicator self-discipline got the highest mean of 4.29 with a description of high, followed by indicator set, systematize, standardize, also on high level. Indicator sort garnered the lowest rate with 3.84 mean but still falls on high descriptive. The overall mean for the adoption of 5S practices in the workplace posted 4.11, which is of adjectival description of high. This means that the 5S practices in the University of Mindanao Tagum campus is highly practiced and adopted. Also, the teaching and non-teaching employees consist of appropriate behavior and methods of recognizing discipline system in the workplace. The summary on the level of outcome of 5S practices in the workplace, the highest mean posted was 4.38 by the indicator motivation with a descriptive of high. The overall mean for the level of outcome of 5S practices in the workplace is 4.25 with a descriptive equivalent to high. This shows that the employees of University of Mindanao Tagum campus are motivated, which means that the effect of 5S practices was identified as factor of dedication to 5S. According to Ganta 2014, most employees need motivation to feel good and perform optimally. Motivation levels with the workplace have a direct impact. The results for significance of the difference on the adoption of 5S practices when respondents are grouped into teaching and non-teaching. The result revealed that there is no significant difference on the extent of 5S practices when respondents are grouped to teaching and non-teaching personnel do not vary on their 5S practices as to how extensive it is. It can be observed also that non-teaching has a higher mean in terms of sorting than teaching employees are more extensive than in teaching personnel. They differ on sorting because non-teaching employees have their own designated offices and desks, while teaching employees share common office and tables. The remaining four indicators, the difference is not significant when they grouped by category. The result on the significance of the difference in the level of outcome of 5S practices when the employees are grouped to teaching and non-teaching, this led to the acceptance of null hypothesis of no significant difference. Thus, there is no significant difference on the effect of 5S practices when the employees are grouped into teaching and non-teaching. This further implies that regardless of the employees' category, the effects of 5S practices do not vary. In conclusion, there is no significant difference on the level of adoption when grouped according to employee category. There is no significant difference on the level of outcome when grouped according to employee category. There is no significant relationship between the level of adoption and the level of outcome. These are acknowledgement to the employees of UM Tagum, and these are my references. Thank you. If you have any questions, comments, and suggestions, you can send it to my email. Thank you very much.